What is up, guys, and welcome to the Fallen Protectors Normal Mode Raid Guide. As always in this guide, the normal mode abilities will be scrolling above my head, so after you get through watching once, if you want to go through and pause it and take a look at certain mechanics, or if you want to take a look at certain abilities, feel free to go ahead and do that. But let's get right into this one, as there is quite a bit to cover. In the Fallen Protectors, there's a lot going on, but it's not that bad of a fight as long as you kind of understand the mechanics. So, you have three bosses, okay? You have Rook, you have He, and you have Soon. So what you're going to do is at 66 and 33%, they will all pretty much do a special event, is the easiest way to say it. So you don't ever want them all to hit at the same time. You want to do one, deal with the event, do the other, deal with the event, deal with the other, deal with the event, and then you go right back in that order, getting them down and down and down. Also, when you kill them, you want to kill them all at the same time. So after you get through all three of their 33%, that's when we chose to burn our lust and to get them down as quick as we can, switching targets as their health dictated. Because you do want to kill them at the same time. It is very, very important that you do this. Now, let's go over their special abilities. Okay, so Rook, you want the tank to pick up and pretty much just face him away from the raid. He does a frontal cone. You don't want to get hit from him. However, when you do empower Rook, what you need to understand is that he will summon three adds: Gloom, Sorrow, and Misery. And Misery just needs to be tanked out of the group because he does have a knockback that he smashes the ground and knocks everybody back, does 100k damage. More of a pain in the butt than anything. Gloom does a lightning, and what lightning does is, in about, if anyone's near 4 yards, does like 150k damage, but you can see it on the ground, so you can kind of avoid that one. Whereas Inferno Strike does a ton of damage, split amongst all players within 8 yards. So you do need to make sure that you're stacked up for that, that you're burning down Sorrow, and then you move on to the next adds. Okay, that's just the easiest way to do it, and then you go on to the next guy. Now for He Softfoot, he does a gouge ability, and then you want to stay out of poisons. Those are the two things you want to do when he's not doing his crazy thing, alright? When he's not doing his special ability, he will do a gouge, which he will target you. If you get targeted by gouge, you just need to turn around. Think of that boss in Trial of the Crusader, in that dungeon in Wrath, where, remember, if you were facing him, he would blind you. Same idea, incapacitates you for 6 seconds. You don't want to do that. So if he does target you with gouge, just make sure that you face away from him, and you'll be fine. As soon as it goes out, turn back around and continue your job. The only other thing you have to worry about is there's poisons on the floor. Pretty simple Blizzard mechanics, stay out of the poo on the ground, right? We got that one covered. When he goes to his special ability, it's called Mark of Anguish. Now you can pass this to another player, and it gives stacks, and it's a pain in the butt. So you do want to pass it because it will stack. So who do you pass it to? Well, if it was me, I'd pass it to my least favorite player in Raid. However, you should probably come up with some kind of strategy for who can deal with this mechanic the best, as yeah, that's probably the best way to get the kill instead of just trolling somebody. But if you want to troll somebody and you get Mark of Anguish, make sure that you troll your good buddy, and make sure that your raid leader knows it's coming ahead of time, because that one might upset him. Sun Tenderheart is the third boss, and Sun Tenderheart, what you want to do is you want to dispel Shadow Word immediately. He does a Shadow Word Bane, you want to dispel it immediately. If you don't dispel it within 3 seconds, it jumps to another player, and it will do 100,000 damage every 3 seconds for 18 seconds. So it's going to do 600,000 damage, but it's also going to jump. Obviously, you can tell that if you don't interrupt it right away, it's just going to jump and compound and make the problem exponentially worse the longer you let that go. So healers, that is your big, big thing, is you need to dispel that. It has to happen. Also during Sun's special ability, this is the one where you stack up in the big circle of healing. You stack up in his bubble. The range will kill the outer adds that the melee cannot reach. The melee will just kill everything that they can inside. And then you just go back and it's rinse and repeat all the way through 66%, 33%. And then once you've done all these things twice and gotten the adds all down past 33% and dealt with other special abilities, like I said, then you pop Lust, GG, burn them all down, stack them up. Watch the numbers get really, really high. Just make sure that they die at the same time. So you don't need to really be calling out targets if you're intelligent. Just look at the, look at the at the bars above their head. Find the one with the most life, kill that one, and then when there's another one with more life than that one, you kill that one. But if you can do all these things, guys, you can kill this fight. It's a really awesome fight. I was really proud of Blizzard on this one. A lot of cool stuff. I can't wait to see what it's like in Heroic. But as always, we'll see you in the next one.